Interior decorating. Alright, that's just gonna be my code word. Hello folks. Welcome to the first ever world premiere never seen before Ricky podcast. My name is Ricky. And this is the first one. Could be the last one. Who knows? I don't. But we'll go for as long as we feel like it needs to go. Could be 10 minutes, could be 5 hours. Who can say for sure? But, all goes well, it'll be interesting. I'm reading this book, Dune, by Frank Herbert. Might have heard of it. Pretty popular. But man, I'm enjoying it. But the thing about it is that it's like, I don't know if this is going to be like a hot take, but it's like, it's no bueno. It's not in the basic parameters that I use to determine the quality of a book, it's pretty terrible. But that's part of what makes it interesting, man. I don't know about anybody else who's read it, but dude, and I hate Paul. Paul's the worst. I hope he dies. I know he's not, but I hope he does. And I don't know. Baron Harkonnen, he's the main character. The real main character of the fucking story, man. He really pulls it all together. He's a pedophile, and I love it. It's just everything he does is so sexual. And there's things he says that I use in my everyday life, man. Spawn in my loins, bulge beneath his suspensors. Classic lines. Man, what does Paul have? Just his dad dies, and all of a sudden he's all angsty and shit. I mean, good. Your dad died. Big deal. Who cares? Everybody's dad dies. So yeah, that's Dune. I don't know where I am. We're getting pretty late. We started a book club with my boy Justin. Fun fact, I mean, if anybody cares, nobody's going to watch this anyways. Who gives a shit? Nobody's going to see this or hear this. Only hear this because there's no video. Because I couldn't get the video to work. So you guys just get to listen to my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful voice. Ricky ASMR. Get ready for it. It's coming for you. Maybe that'll be another channel. I'll start the Ricky ASMR channel. All right. What do we got? Yep, first podcast ever. It's gonna be terrible. Nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody's gonna like it. But it'll be out there so that, eventually when this turns out being the first and only podcast, you'll be able to look back at it and be like, hey, that was pretty interesting. So, yeah, it'll probably be pretty shit, but it'll be out there. So if anybody wants to hunt it down, I can guarantee you that, like, everything I say is going to come back to haunt me in, like, 15 years when I actually have, a career and a reason to live. This will definitely come back to hit me, man. But for now, you guys get to enjoy it. So, whatever. And I get to record it. I've got 2 water bottles over here. The thing about, because I'm pretty sure I'm nervous for this. Water. But the thing, I don't know, the way I process, like, nervousness, I feel like is a lot different. Because I feel like when I get nervous, I don't really feel it as much. But the physical signs are all there, man. Like, I get shaky. My voice starts to get all wobbly, I can see myself and I can see myself getting nervous. But, like, I don't know, the feeling often isn't there. I mean, I still feel nervous, but, like, a lot of times, like right now, I don't know, like the butterflies aren't there, but, I'm shaky. Oh, and also, by the way, I don't know how audible this is, but for anybody who's wondering, yes, I am sitting in the most creaky chair known to man, and I will not oil it. So you guys just get to deal with this shit, man. It's just gonna be a creaky chair. I don't know fucking anything about recording, so I'm gonna hit a bunch of P's, bunch of B's that are gonna sound disgusting. The audio's probably off, so I'm either there'll be segments when I'll be too loud, some segments I'll be too quiet. Just everything about this is just gonna be noob central. I've got a fucking Yeti mic, just like maximum noob right there. But the one thing I love about this thing, man, the one thing I love is that I can actually hear myself while I'm plugged into this thing. That's something I always wanted in just everything in general. I don't get it because you put these earphones in. These earphones have a mic that I'm using. But you put them in to like your phone, you're taking a call, but you can't hear yourself. And I know all kinds of people, myself included, I just like plug in both ears or even just one ear. One ear isn't enough to hear yourself, I don't think, man. But you can't hear yourself talking, so you're just talking at the person. You talk over each other, you interrupt each other. You can't, I feel like there should be an option for you to be able to hear yourself, while you're talking to people. Same goes for Zoom, hitting it up, coronavirus gang, son, just getting down with that sickness. I never got it, but I'm living with it. Living in a world, a post-coronavirus world. Part of the reason I started this whole podcast because I'm, stuck at home. I need some kind of connection with the outside universe. So this is the best I got. Just talking to the void, and nobody will hear it. So anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, microphones. Definitely, yeah. So on Zoom, man. Zoom. I can't tell you how much I wish that there was some kind of function to that you would be able to hear yourself while you're talking. Maybe there is. If anybody's listening to this and knows anything about Zoom, let me know. This will probably go up on YouTube. I don't know where else to put this. I'll just put it on YouTube. I started a new Google account. It's Ricky's podcast. So yeah, I wish that video games, man. I wish that if you're playing that multiplayer on the video games, man, I wish there was an option for you to be able to hear yourself, cuz that's where I find people interrupt each other and talk over each other all the time. And I think if people just, knew what they sounded like to everybody else, that, maybe they'd be a bit more self-aware at how much they're talking. And I say that as if I'm targeting other people who I play with, but that's actually just targeted towards me. Because I talk over people all the time, man. That's the reason why I want the function. Yeah, there's got to be a way to do that. It blows my mind that that isn't a function already. I don't know. What is it? PS5, Xbox Series X, PC. Just get on that shit, man. Because that's bizarre that it's not a function. Absolutely bizarre. Man. Going into super noob territory. I never really was much of a co-op multiplayer player. Never really got into the whole, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Fall Guys is pretty big right now. It'll probably Fall Guys is one of those games I feel like just wait a month and nobody will be playing that game, man. I don't know. It seems like just a bit of a fad. But, who knows? Fortnite kind of stuck around, and it seemed like a fad, so, maybe Fall Guys will actually amount to something. I don't know. But, yeah, I started getting into Fortnite, son. Not really by myself. Again, my boy, Justin. He may or may not listen to this, who knows. But, yeah, he kind of introduced me into the whole multiplayer game. So now I'm a sweaty Fortnite boy, as the kids call it, I believe. I don't know. Any kids in the comments? I don't know. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know. The I don't know if I'm cool enough to have the algorithm mean absolutely anything to me. But if it does, like this video, subscribe for maybe more content. Who knows? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe. This is pretty cool so far. I'm enjoying myself, so I might make some more. Just, talk at a microphone, for however long this winds up going. I'm using GarageBand. One of the nice things I can see, I just noticed, is that it's got a timer thing, so I can see exactly how long this is going. So we are at 11 minutes, 22 seconds at the current moment. Which before starting this whole thing, before setting this all up, 10 minutes, I thought that's going to be my minimum. So we've already crushed the minimum, absolutely massacred it. So now we can keep going, I'm thinking maybe if I can talk for a long enough time, maybe I can go for an hour. Maybe, if I wind up getting some momentum, maybe more. Who knows? Who can tell? Maybe this will end in the next 2 minutes. Who can say? But however long it goes, again, hopefully at least it's interesting. So yeah, so that was a tangent. What was I talking about? I don't know, multiplayer games. Yeah, I never was much of a multiplayer. I'm a single player guy, man. I'm very antisocial. That's why I'm doing this podcast solo at the moment. But I might have a person on. I was up with my boy again, Justin. I promise he's real, by the way. I'm not just making up a guy named Justin who's really just me. But anyways, water. But anyways, yeah, I was talking with my boy Justin. We might co-host this thing. Who knows? He might just be a guest I get on sometimes. He's a busy guy, I know. He's an engineering student at the U of A. Gonna do great things, So if you know any Justins who are engineering students at the U of A, be nice to him, I guess, because I might know him. Or don't. I don't know. Do what you want. It's America, free country. You can be evil if you want. And there's nobody who's going to stop you. That's one thing I always felt, it's one thing I think about all the time, man. Because I love living here, man, living in America. Never lived anywhere else, but I can tell you I like living here right now. It's so much just freedom dripping from my eyes, man. I just feel the freedoms. You can say anything you want, just about. Don't go crazy, but But you can pretty much say what you want, man. You can. And there's nothing folks are gonna do about it, in terms of a legal sense. Well, that went fucking nowhere. Anyways, let's see, what else? Doing the whole, I hear people hate that. I think like comedy sets, people hate it when just get up there and you can tell that they're just making up shit on the spot, just like, what else? Nothing's planned, nothing's structured. This is how things go on for like 3 hours and like nothing actually happens. What we've actually talked about so far, man, just Just that microphones should let you hear yourself back. That's the biggest piece of substance that we've covered in this podcast thus far. What that and a potential maybe Ricky ASMR coming soon. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's how I'm going to hit it big. Just hit up that ASMR channel and I'll be one of those big ASMRs. You know, I bet, you better believe that ASMR channels have like conventions and stuff. I wonder if they go to the conventions and just everybody's whispering at each other. That's what I'd like to believe. I like to believe that everybody's whispering at each other at an ASMR convention. Yep. Great going, Ricky. I bet the folks love that. At a potential ASMR convention. Yeah, are you guys entertained? Are you guys not entertained? Sitting here in the fucking creakiest chair known to man, just spewing bullshit into a microphone. And just, leaving it up on the internet for fucking everybody to hear. Man, who knows? I might just fucking delete this thing, man. Who knows? I'll probably just leave it up anyways for however long this winds up going. I keep looking at the timer because I know that, I want to get to that hour length, man. I got to get to an hour, but, it's like, who cares, man? Who cares? Nobody's gonna listen to this shit anyways. So, who cares how long it goes? Nobody's gonna listen to it. I don't know, maybe like one person's gonna actually listen to it. I started uploading videos to the YouTubes. I got upload some transcriptions. I think that was my first stuff to my school's email. So if you guys are looking for a Grant Green transcription or a Jim Hall on Black Orpheus transcription, it's on there if you want to listen to it. Don't know why you would ever want to see that unless you are an active, jazz student. But, it's up there if anybody cares. Which, that's another thing. I just uploaded it and just fucking nobody listens to it. So, I don't know. It's kind of comforting in a way because I know that in like a few years I'm going to look back at this and it's just going to be cringy as hell. So it's a good thing nobody watches this. But one thing I did notice though, on the old transcription videos, is that man, they kind of drip feed you, give you a little bit of hope that maybe something will happen, man. Because I'm like 99.9% sure that these are bots. But I get like 5 comments on my first video being like, "Oh yeah, dude, great job, man. Keep it going. Love the content." Just real, general compliment that could apply to like literally any channel. And like I saw that, and I was a sucker, man. I actually, was like, "Oh, it's this like real people. Do real people actually like my stuff? Did like if at least one person watched my video and enjoyed it, that's enough for me." Bought into that, but now I'm almost positive that those are all bots, man. And it just kind of reaffirms my theory that just everything's a bot. If you don't see it in the real world, it's a bot. You better believe it, man. I think that's going to be the future. Just like everybody, there's going to be no human interaction, and we'll somehow trick people into just, making friends with bots. Just bots, people who are they only exist to make you happy and to keep you entertained. And I don't think it's going to be a thing for like, they do it so the government can keep track on you and, mind control and shit. But, I think it's just going to be a thing of necessity. I think folks are just going to be so fucking lonely that, you'll have to have some kind of bot. Because everybody's so emotionally disturbed that they can't deal with real people anymore, I like, hold up. Water. Yeah, some dead air while I take a swig of my water. Yeah, that's entertainment. But anyways, yeah, I was watching. I was on the YouTubes yesterday and was just like shredding through some Harry Harlow documentaries, man. This scientist, Harry Harlow, man, and I'm sure a lot of people in the science game know who he is. He's a psychologist guy, pretty famous in the 20th century, but he was most famous for his work with rhesus monkeys to kind of study psychology. And since, I guess rhesus monkeys are pretty similar to humans, so I'm told by him. I don't know how true it is, but anyways, studying rhesus monkeys to measure the effects of love and motherhood. Pretty interesting. But what he'd do is that he'd take these baby macaques, these baby rhesus monkeys from birth, and he'd just take them instantly away from their mothers and kind of put them into this environment where there'd be varying ways it would go. But I think the more well-known is that there'd be two possible mothers for the baby monkey to choose from. There would be a wire mother made totally of like metal wires, but it would have a milk bottle that would feed the monkey, give it food and stuff. And then on the other side would be a cloth mother, which basically it served really no purpose but just to be, warm and comfortable and, snuggly, And I guess what they found was, as you could guess, that the monkey would wind up growing an emotional attachment to would be the cloth mother, which I guess kind of revolutionized the game, the psychology game, because I guess up to that point, people theorized that the only reason why babies actually loved their mother is because it, was necessary. It gave them food and stuff, gave them shelter, gave them all the things they needed to survive, so that's why that they wound up loving them. But I guess this experiment showed that no, it was the affection, man, the physical affection that really, left babies to grow emotionally attached to their mothers. This is during like the 1950s, man, where, like nobody, no parent hugged their kids, like, like I think I think I heard that like it was like a thing where like mothers were told that if you hug your kid too much that they might turn out like gay or something, which, back in the day used to be a bad thing. Now it's like, who cares? But, back in the day people didn't want to be gay. So they're like, yeah, don't hug your kids or, they'll be gay, or they'll go all, they'll go all Ted Bundy and murder people and stuff. I don't know. But anyways, that was what they used to try to convince people not to coddle their kids too much. Which, I think there's something to coddling your kids too much. Of course there needs to be a balance. You can't just emotionally detach. And like I guess the daycare centers at the time were all very sterile. There was like no physical touching between the kids or the babysitters or nothing. So, it was just a very sterile time. The dad was off at work just 24/7 making that dough for the family. And, kids never saw dad. All they had was mom, and mom wouldn't do anything with them. So, that's where we're left. So anyways, yeah, the rhesus monkeys kind of helped show that, that in terms of emotional attachment, these monkeys would grow emotionally attached to the cloth mothers. And there was other kind of, variations on it. I think, some they had the cloth mother had the bottle, which, of course, monkeys would have no reason to go to the wire mother, man. And I guess other ways to show the emotional attachment, they had they would have the monkey in the little box there, and they would put in a fear stimulus, like a mechanical bear or some kind of, robot monster that would just scare the monkey. And, the monkey, of course, would just go straight to the cloth mother for emotional support. And, after that point, Some of them were even known to try to fight back against the fear stimulus. I guess, Harlow would say that it emboldened them to fight back. And there'd be other things. There'd be the open field test. They'd just plop these monkeys off into a new environment, and of course they'd be absolutely scared shitless and just fetal position in the corner, which honestly understandable. I mean, I remember my first day of college, right, boys? Ha! But anyways, yeah, so that would happen. Then they'd have the open field test, but with the cloth, or rather with the wire mother. And they find that, yeah, the monkey is still just, emotionally wrecked, would just go in a corner, there'd be like a blanket or something, and just grab that and just kind of fetal position, rock back and forth. Again, understandable. And then there'd be the cloth mother. They'd put the cloth mother in the room. The monkey would just love it. Boom. In the room, straight to the mother. Hug it a bit, and then, and then go exploring. It's really pretty wholesome if you, subtract probably just the mountains of psychological torment that these monkeys have had to go through, just, just being born without any contact to any other monkey, just a solitary lifestyle with basically just a fake toy. But anyways, forget all that, it looks pretty wholesome, pretty adorable. And then they'd have, fear stimuli in the room, put the cloth mother in with the fear stimulus. Monkey would go boom straight to the mother. Once, and again, as our good old boy Harry Harlow would say, it emboldened them to fight back against the fear stimulus. Bada bing, bada boom, And then, they'd have like a plexiglass in front of the mother to make it harder to get to the mother. But, the monkey, like life, found a way always to get there. One thing I always wonder about these studies is that how do you know that these things are actually going to freak them out, man? Because, you look at the recordings, man. I mean, they don't look that scared of the fear stimulus. Because, the fear stimulus, in the open field study, they'd just be like, those like little cooties toys, like the little bug looking thing. But I guess to a monkey who's like literally never seen any other things in its life, just like all it has for reference is a box and a like wire contraption and a cloth contraption. That must be pretty freaky. But anywho, there's that. Which Harry Harlow, man, one of those things, man, you gotta respect just, the advancements he's made to the psychological game. But at the same time, man, like, he really kind of messed up those monkeys, you better believe. Because, you look at these later studies he did, because, that's his most famous one, but he's done, of course, others since. But you look at the later studies and you follow the monkeys that were a part of these studies, man, and it's like, it gets dark, bro. It gets real dark. You roll up, these monkeys just like years later, they're grown up now, and they're like, all right, monkey, thank you for helping us out. We're just going to release you to, to the other monkeys in our little space here. And yeah, good luck with that shit, man, because, yeah. Then they just plop these guys in with the other monkeys, and, they just freak out, these monkeys, just imagine a person, man. Just like, you're a person, the only thing you ever knew was just this box. And like, like a wire mother and a cloth mother. And that's all you knew your entire life. And then all of a sudden you just get thrown into another cage with just a bunch of other people. Understandably, you're going to be very socially stunted. And that's pretty much what happened, These monkeys, they never knew, rejection before or friendship. I don't know what kind of language monkeys are into, but they don't know how to speak to each other. They don't know how to communicate. Grew up their whole life without having to communicate with any other monkey, So, you'd have, and they just, again, just fetal position in the corner, you know. Some of them would go to self-abuse, just start banging their heads on the ground. Because, it's just their whole world that they knew turned out, of course, to be a lie. And now they're thrown into this absolutely new environment with zero preparation, with all the normal monkeys that grew up with friends and mothers and fathers and, like, playmates. And just, just nothing. They have nothing. Extremely antisocial, no interest in reproduction. And dude, the darkness, man, comes, bro, it's just like, it's one of those things that, you kind of gotta wonder, man, because everything before that, up to that point, you're like, yeah, it's pretty messed up, just like psychologically tormenting a monkey for like the first couple of years of its life. But it's like, it's not that unreasonable when put into the context of, oh, it's the, fucking 1950s or whenever it happened, 60s, 70s, I forget. So, their whole animal rights thing was was significantly more lax. But, but this is where it gets, just bonkers, because, as I said, the monkeys had no interest in reproduction. But, Dr. Harlow here really wanted to know what these monkeys would do, when put into a parent situation. So, of course, he did what any rational human would do and just, put the female monkeys on a rack in a mating position and just release the male monkeys on her, Just, and just to, and Harry Harlow is pretty well known for being, theatrical, very much a provocateur, as folks would say. And of course, I mean, this is really the quintessential example, man. He had this thing. He could have called it anything in the fucking world, man. What does he call it? He calls it the rape rack, man. Which, I mean, to be fair, 100% that's what it is. I mean, at least he's making no kind of, at least there's no question about, about what it is. It's a rape rack. It's what it is. And and so these female monkeys be forced to reproduce, and naturally, yeah, these female monkeys had no friends their whole lives. All they knew was just a box, and like a wire mother and a cloth mother. And then all of a sudden, you just chuck them into an environment where they know nothing about what they're supposed to do. All they know is food. That's the only thing. They know how to eat. That's the only skill they have in the world. That's all they have. They're thrown in, they can't make any friends. They probably can't even communicate with the other monkeys, to be real, man. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't look into it. They probably couldn't even communicate with the other monkeys. So they're just thrown in, completely useless to everybody, just fetal position in the corner. Then all of a sudden you're just hooked up to a rack and just brutally raped repeatedly by several of the males. I mean, dude. I mean, not even humans, but imagine being a fucking rhesus monkey and just the sheer psychological damage that must, So naturally, of course, these females give birth to babies, and yeah, I mean, the mothers are absolute psychos, which, I mean, I could have told you that. You didn't really need to. You didn't need to go further with the study for me to tell you that these mothers would be absolutely psychotic. So yeah, the mothers, they'd abuse their children pretty brutally, and sometimes, I mean, they just straight up murder them. Which, I mean, imagine, you just you lived your whole life in a box, and then you just have to, all of a sudden, you just have this, fucking rape baby that you gotta take care of now. And, so yeah, so that's just bananas, all of that, You can look up all that, man. Pretty sure he's written books about it. And then, later on in his career, he'd have the whole, pit of despair thing. He'd just chuck monkeys in a pit, to see if they'd become depressed, which, I mean, spoiler alert, yeah, yeah. You chuck him to a pit for like up to a year, just in total solitary confinement, just in a pit, you know. Yeah, you better believe that they're going to be psychologically tormented. So yeah, that would happen. They'd bring him out. They, naturally they'd just starve themselves to death because, I mean, once you've endured all that, man, I mean, really, what else is there, I mean, you're a monkey, all your responsibilities in life come down to just, living with your folks, hanging out with your bros, eating some wicked food, man. Just chilling out. If you're in the wild, just watch out for all the other things trying to eat you. But you're good otherwise. And then all of a sudden, you're just boom, instant depression. Which I don't know. I thought that things before were a tangent. That was a huge tangent, man. Just like the whole Harry Harlow situation. But, that's why I listened to all of yesterday. Just like, I listened to his original recording that he did with somebody. Just explaining his first experiment and then just some documentaries afterwards. Just total Bananarama stuff, man. Totally bonkers. Would recommend looking into it. He's a total psycho of a scientist, but he might be my favorite scientist ever. Which, I mean, honestly, to a layman like me who knows nothing about science, by the way, I mean, what other famous scientists are there really? What, you got like, you got Einstein, got like Tesla, and like Edison and stuff, like inventors. What kind of other scientists? Jane Goodall, another monkey lady. I mean, she seems pretty cool. I mean, she's not like Harry Harlow, who's just an absolute psycho, for like the later part of his career. But, again, because of his experiments, I guess we know a lot about how depression affects the mind, and how people, through Rhesus and Monkeys, we learned how people need support in their life and affection, which pretty nice to know. I mean, I could have told you that, but I mean, I grow up now, so kind of have a bit of perspective. And we oh, by the way, I'm gonna say quite a bit. I've already said it quite a bit, but I'm gonna say it quite a bit. It's kind of my phrase for when I can't think of anything to say, so I just say a lot. So yeah, so if that bugs you, man, you're in for a ride. I'm going to try to tone it down because I know I've been saying it a lot, but I've just noticed just now, man, I've been saying quite a bit. So anyways, not to go interrupting myself, but we also, the animal rights angle, because what he did was like, especially in today's standards, but even back then, was some serious animal abuse, the way he treated these monkeys, especially later in the career, naturally. I mean, as you can imagine. But, man. So, so animal rights organizations got formed kind of, because of it and a lot of other things. So, that's pretty cool. I mean, I often don't agree a whole lot with PETA and their kind of craziness. I mean, you can look up all the examples you want, but it's, what I'm talking about. But but the thing is, the general prospect of the organization is good, though. Giving animals rights to not be tortured. That's pretty cool. I like animals, so here you go again, I like animals, so it's cool. I don't like seeing them in pain, so it's pretty cool that they have rights now. And yeah, of course, they've got like, brains of their own, psychologies. I feel like even back then you could probably tell that these monkeys have minds of their own, that they feel things. They feel, pain and stuff and psychological torment just because they don't live in a society, which I know hit that fat meme of, oh, we live in a society, but they don't live in a society, but they still got feelings and shit. Yeah, the you-knows are really starting to bug me now. Dang, son. I'll see what I could do to curb that a little bit, but so anyways, monkeys, man. That's whack, ain't it? I know, am I right, bro? Monkeys. Bananas, am I right? Ha ha. There you go. That's the funniest thing I'm going to say this whole episode, so I hope you like that. What are we on? Whew, 40 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the big leagues now. I really kind of have to pee. And I'm almost there. I'm almost to my hour threshold. I just need to make it 20 more minutes, and I will be there, bro. Dude, that whole talk about rhesus monkeys, man, would that take like 20 minutes? But I enjoyed it, man. That was my whole yesterday. Just, boom, rhesus monkeys. Rhesus monkeys are pretty cool. You ever see a baby rhesus monkey, man? I mean, you're listening to this, come back to the video, but like just pull up like a picture or something, get some baby rhesus monkeys up in here, because those things are fucking adorable, absolutely adorable. Probably like on the adorableness scale, probably like right behind like puppy. They might be above puppy. Probably right behind like baby polar bear, and then like baby seal. And then you got like baby rhesus monkeys, man. Absolutely adorable. Which if you're a person who gets easily kind of uneasy about, watching animal abuse and shit, maybe it might be a good idea to maybe steer clear of the documentary Harry Harlow did originally. Because, man, you're about to see some stuff, bro. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy. But, if you can find a good documentary on it, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool information. Pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know how well known. People, I've heard it said that he's a pretty well-known scientist. So, I mean, I'm sure people have heard about him. Nobody on this podcast, because, nobody listens to this podcast. So, so I'm just talking to the ether here. But in the event that anybody should ever listen to this, you may or may not have heard of him. Or if not, you may have at least heard of his experiment with monkeys. But if you haven't, man, it's some good information. I mean, didn't mean to go spoiling everything, but I'm just really interested in it, so I decided I'd take some time to talk about it, which wound up being like half the frickin' podcast at this point. I don't know why I censored myself there. Just say fuck. The whole fucking podcast. But, man, what was I was going to talk about something. It kind of reminded me of it. I don't know. Recap. All right, we got baby rhesus monkeys, absolutely adorable. Go look at them if you haven't. Baby polar bears, baby seals. Yeah, man. Baby monkeys. If you're easily like adorbed, baby monkeys, man, that'll hit you hard. If you're having a bad day today, man, just boom, whip out some rhesus monkeys, and you will be good. Just those fat eyes and like the little bald heads of theirs, just they're not bald, but they're like kind of just fuzzy, so you can like see the outline of their heads. Adorable, absolutely adorable. So anyways, that was just a fat fun fact. Just like a 20-minute long fun fact. Just for all y'all people. If you didn't hear about it, Harry Harlow. Interesting shit, bro. Just, so interesting. I'm gonna need some water, man. What a... I was just thinking, man. I trust that the audio is working, but it'd be fucking hilarious is if I've been recording all this time and just the audio just hasn't been working for shit, or if the audio is just absolutely terrible. That would be hilarious. But either way, this is going out. This is going out. I didn't spend an hour on this shit just to delete it, man. So I'm already here, I've got to pee. I've got to pee moderately bad. I can still last. But, this first podcast may or may not end pretty abruptly because there you go. Real gentleman burping on the podcast. So if this podcast ends kind of abruptly, just know it's only because I had to pee excruciatingly bad. So, yeah, man, getting to the end. Home stretch, bro. Almost there. My end goal for this, if I should make another one, I think I'll make more. I think there'll be more podcast episodes. I don't see there not being. I'm gonna get busy, but I can put aside an hour for a fat podcast. But my end goal, man, what I want to get to eventually, it would be cool to have like a full on, to get to the point where I could just do a full, just fucking Joe Rogan 3-4 hour podcast. That would be just wild, bro. Absolutely wild. And I'd like to get guests on. That would be pretty cool. I mentioned before, Justin may or may not be coming on. Who knows? Maybe he'll be on next episode if I can convince him. I mean, I got to figure out where I'm going to do this, because I'm just here in my room on a desk. But, we got to have, a space where there's two of us. The angle seems to be, I guess you can set it up so that we're looking at each other. That seems to be the setup that everybody goes for, and it seems to work out pretty well. So I see no reason to deviate from that. Yeah, that'd be nice to do. But yeah, man, I gotta figure out where to do it. It's gotta be someplace where we can be reasonably loud, because I can get pretty reasonably loud. So probably not like a library. Well, fucking definitely not the middle of the library, but I mean like a study room in the library. I don't know if I can. And of course, because of the whole fucking corona and shit, you can't do fucking anything anywhere anyways. So I don't know. Should I just bite the bullet? Just fucking have it here? I don't know. Justin will probably be listening to this at the very least. So I guess technically it's not going to be that nobody's going to listen to this podcast, but okay, to the one person who is, that person being Justin, I don't know. Fucking comment in the comments below, like and subscribe, so that, you can, when my other videos come out, if they come out. Yeah, the most useless subscription ever. I don't even know what kind of schedule I'm going to want. I was thinking to have like a one a month, but that seems like way too much of a space. Way too much of a space. Because I really enjoyed this. This was nice. It's an hour of my time, but, I can give an hour to make a podcast, man. It's pretty, this is a pretty cool deal. I might just have it on the weekends. This one's on Sunday. I might move it to Saturday. And another thing I'm looking into, I'm trying to see if I can get video, because I don't know, I feel like it might be cool to be able to see me. But maybe that'll just be a later goal. I think for now it might just be audio only. So if you're watching this in the distant future, looking back on it, and we've got like this, just massive setup with just like, just 50 cameras, just all the microphones, just one of those boom arms, just like to hold the mic close to your face, and just brilliant audio quality and just movie grade video. You looking back on this, just on this, the first podcast, just sitting here with this fucking, I call it a shitty mic, but it's a fucking excellent mic. Let's be real here. I like to shit on it. People like to shit on Yeti mics for some god knows reason, but it's a great microphone, man. I don't know. But are you guys entertained? Have I successfully entertained you guys? I mean, I'm gonna keep going, man. But I hope you guys are entertained. Because otherwise, you just wasted a fucking hour of your life listening to my bullshit ramblings. Jeez, man. I came into this, wondering, I wonder how funny I'm going to be on a podcast. Oh, I should probably get close to the mic. Wondering how funny I'm going to actually be on a podcast. This is the first one. I mean, I was just like, just talk. Just start talking, and you'll keep going. I know you'll keep going. So just start talking, and just when it feels like a good time to stop, you can stop. But just start talking and just let it come naturally. But what I find is that, when I'm not with people, I just start rambling. I don't know how entertaining it is. I don't know what kind of, I don't know. Just the last couple minutes here have just been fucking me talking about starting a podcast. I mean, you guys could have figured that all out on your own. I don't know why you gotta listen to this. I don't know. I don't know what my appeal is gonna be. Maybe it's all those interesting, fun facts. Just, monkey experiments. Or who knows, maybe I'll evolve and I'll just become like a, world-class podcaster who's just hilarious and interesting in every way. But I don't know. Keep your goals big, and the world can't stop you. Man, I gotta fucking pee. But I'm looking at the timer right now. Yeah, fucking ASMR. Ricky ASMR. Sneak peek right here. But I'm looking at the timer, and we were at 52 and 30 seconds. Does this do anything for you? Just my fucking gnawing, munching shit. But yeah, like 53 or 52:45. We're almost there. I just gotta make it like 7 minutes, and I can finally pee. I don't know. I got some time today. You know what I might do? I might just use today. I might record a couple episodes. Just have those on lockdown, and just have them on standby, and just release them. I don't know if I'm going to release them all at once, or if I'm just going to, kind of keep them in my back pocket. Maybe release them, have the hidden tapes, bro. Just like years in the future, just like previously unreleased video of the Ricky podcast. Just release them like that. CDs. I can make some CDs with this shit. I don't know. Comment down below if you want fucking CDs or some shit. I don't know. Comment. Trying to get all that sweet interaction, bro. Just, comment down below, like and subscribe. Apparently dislike. If you hate this video and it's fucking boring, you're like, oh, this fucking bullshit. This guy just talks about fucking monkeys for 20 minutes. Who gives a shit? Dislike the video. Who cares? Apparently all of the publicity is good publicity, I hear, at the moment. Who knows? That'll probably change tomorrow, man. YouTube algorithm. I never had to deal with it because I don't have a successful YouTube channel yet. But I hear that it's fucking bullshit. So I guess I've got that to look forward to. Yeah, man. God, we're almost there, bro. We're almost there. Almost there. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Give it up for 5 minutes. The home stretch. We're at that point where there's nothing I kind of need to talk about that I can think of. because everything that I can think of, it's either too long, and I know it's gonna take a fucking long ass time to talk about, or or I'm just doing what I'm doing right now, just stalling. Yeah, way to go. First podcast ever. You don't even have enough material to make it through the first hour, so you're just stalling for time. Yeah, but with everything, with practice, I'll get better at it, I'm sure. I mean, surely, hopefully all goes well. Hopefully this will be just the most, this will be my most bullshit podcast, and then everything else from here will just be fucking interesting as hell. God, what do I got? Yeah, my name's Ricky, by the way. I don't know if you could tell by the name of this channel or the name of the podcast, but my name is Ricky. I don't know if I want to go last name basis with you guys. I don't know. I'm just going to put it out there. And if you guys listen on, maybe, I don't know. I'll do like a name reveal at like fucking 100 subscribers or some shit. I don't know. Name reveal coming soon. Last name reveal. Boom. Yeah, knowing the state of the internet, man, you'll probably figure it out anyways. I mean, I don't know how they do it, man, but these, like, I don't know if they're hackers or something, but they've gotten pretty incredible at just figuring out shit. Figuring out people's names, where they live, where they work, their whole family situation. Figure out, like, I don't know, just think of some random ass YouTuber. Just, you could probably figure out where they live, who they are, figure out who their second cousin is twice removed, You could figure out anything. I don't know, that's something about technology. People hate it, but I feel like it's inevitable. People like to be like, oh, I'm going to get like a fucking flip phone, because that way the government won't be able to see what I'm doing, because it'll be just, I don't know where the logic came from, but I don't know. I definitely feel like they can definitely trace that phone, man. If they can trace your fucking laptop shit, they can trace a fucking burner phone. You better believe it. I know they can. I was shredded on watching some Jim Can't Swim, some true crime shit. And there's like this, in like his new video, just, this girl tried to set up the murder of her parents. What'd she use? She used a burner phone. And what'd they do? They found fucking all of her texts talking to her boyfriend about how she's gonna fucking murder them. And she's gonna hire these 3 dudes to just come and ice the whole family. Yeah, you better believe they can trace those fucking burner phones. But, yeah, they can definitely trace that shit. But anyways, what I was saying, though, is that you better believe there's going to be a time where just technology will get to a point to where if you want to know anything about anybody, you better believe you're going to be able to know it, man. And people are like, oh, we got to stop the government because they're going to use it to fucking spy on us. But it's like, the government ain't going to be who's going to get this done, man. It's the private sector. You better, we've already got it. You just, fucking Facebook and shit. Just, they've already got it. It's already there. We're already here, man. Everybody already knows everything about you. I don't know. So anyways, that's conspiracy theories with Ricky. I hope you enjoyed that. But yeah, looked at the time, 59 minutes. I don't know if I want to end it on that, because that seems like a pretty weird place to end a fucking podcast, just on some conspiracy theory, fucking crazy ass shit. Yeah. I guess I should probably get into the outro, because I told you guys before, but I really, really have to pee. So I'm going to get that done once I'm done here. And thank goodness my bladder held at. One of the many benefits of being a young person, man, just your bladder, just everything, your whole body is just brand new, so you can just fucking do anything to it, and it'll fucking recover. I'm surprised they haven't figured out a way to just, like, boom, arm chopped off, no problem, I'm young, just boom, new arm, bitch. So yeah, humor, baby. That's what counts as humor today. Just boom, arm bitch, punchline, setup, punchline. So yeah, young body, it's pretty lit, man. Just I'm at this point where I just, I feel like I'm gonna live forever, which is why I'm usually using an hour now to record a fucking useless podcast that nobody's gonna see ever. But I don't know. I don't know. I always thought of this maybe it would just be like a free form of therapy, cause you better believe I can't afford that shit, boy. A fucking college student, just like student debts up the ass. But I don't know. That'll be a story for maybe the next podcast. Just venting about my frustrations with everything university related. That fucking nobody's gonna listen to. So who gives a shit? Anywho, we're getting there. Huh. Let's see. This seems a bit abrupt to just end it right there. Okay, let me just. I'm gonna figure out an intro right here on the spot, on the air. Intros with Ricky. Let's get it done. Let's see. Like I said before, brand new YouTube channel, Ricky's Podcast. That's what it's called. I can't believe I got the fucking fucking channel name, Ricky's Podcast. I can't believe that's not taken yet. But yeah, Ricky's Podcast. I gotta remember, interior decorating is what I said at the very beginning. That's gonna be my code word. I'm gonna tell people on, later, yo, dude, you should check out my new podcast, bruh. It's gonna be totally lit. But, they'll be like, oh, how I know which one's yours? And I'll just be like, oh, it's the one where the first episode just starts off with the fucking phrase interior decorating. Yeah, just listen for that shit. Yeah, just the most baller beginning to a podcast series ever. Just boom, first episode, just no context, no fucking no build up, just boom, interior decorating, and then boom, we're off to the races, bro. I don't know. Are the bros getting to you? Do I say bro too much? I don't know. Fucking what was I fucking saying? Yeah, brand new fucking channel, Ricky's Podcast. Join us here. I don't know. It might be every week. I think I might. I don't know if I want to commit to that, but for now, tentatively, might be every week. I might record another one right now and just release. Boom, just hit him with the old 1-2 punch. What is it? It's fucking 10 o'clock in the morning. I got the whole day ahead of me. I can just burn 2 hours like this. But yes, new YouTube channel. Keep it focused, Ricky. Ricky's Podcast. Join us here, maybe every week. This might be the last episode. Who knows? But you'll figure it out when we may or may not be back on Ricky's Podcast. Be sure to like if you like this this podcast. Calling it a video, it's fucking audio only. I don't know what I'm gonna put I don't know what image I'm gonna put. I don't know what kind of image I'm gonna put while this is going on. I don't know if you're just gonna be looking at a fucking black screen. But anyways, if you like this audio, I guess, this podcast, just like it. Just fucking, I don't know what the kids say, just fucking pound that like button. Just smash it. Yeah, that's it. Smash that like button, as the kids say. And yeah, comment. Comments are great. This is a brand new channel, so I might just do the noob thing and just read every comment. Take it all to heart. So if you're some kind of trolly motherfucker, just leave me a trolly comment. Just be like, bro, your voice sounds like a fucking cat being fucking anally probed. Just you leave that down there, bro. You say bro way too much, and you say like fucking every 4 words. Boom. I mean, I can take it. I'm psychologically stable, as if you couldn't tell. But yeah, comments are great. I'll read them. I'll comment to you back. It'll be great. We could start a community, man. Wouldn't you like to start a community? Just start a fucking cult around the one, the only, the great Ricky. But anyways, yeah. New channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to subscribe because I may or may not have more content coming at you. So subscribe for that shit. Become a fan today. I'm calling it right here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Ricky. This is Ricky's podcast. I have no idea what I'm gonna name it, but yeah, fucking. I'm gonna come up with a catchphrase at one day. But for now, just gonna end it with I've gotta pee real fucking bad. Bye.